17 What
So
fuels
on to
me?
you.
The truth shall set you free, making a murderer. Greg Allen, Todd Allen
Not
Reed,
many
Alexandria,
people,
Issen, and me.
although I think we've all been touched by violence in some form or fashion. At this point, you know, but not many of us can say that we had a first cousin who was unalived by a serial killer. And, you know, and I'm not saying that like to brag. I'm just simply saying that my interest in all of this stems from being surrounded by violent acts pretty much my entire life. Whether I was physically I physically experienced, spiritually experienced, or emotionally experienced. It's just the truth of the matter. I belonged, or I still belong, to a group of wrongful conviction researchers called Foul Play, and we have covered multiple cases. We've done a lot of podcasts. The main focus is the Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey wrongful convictions out of Wisconsin, as many of you who follow me know, and the very bizarre investigation into a missing person named Teresa Halbach that originates out of Manitowoc in Calumet County, Wisconsin. Now, and I mention that one because if you go to the Foul Play site, there's a lot of really great resources for anyone trying to look into the case. A bunch of us have spent a lot of effort and energy doing FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests, and then putting it into the public realm to have a resource available for people to access that info. What many people may not know is that in 1999, my first cousin, who was from Portland, Oregon, was a victim of a serial killer who was targeting homeless women, a man by the name of Todd Allen Reed. Rolling Stone wrote a piece, the American or United States Rolling Stone magazine has Brad Pitt in a dress on the cover. This is the Australian magazine that also featured her story. 3 Doors Down. I misspoke. The article came out in 2001. Just to kind of give you an idea of what these are, the Rolling Stone Music Awards from that time period. My cousin's name was Alexandria Ison, but she went by Tomorrow or Faye. This is my Aunt Susie. That's Alex. That's her little sister Katie. That's her brother Sean. He's the same age as me, and her brother Ryan. My Aunt Susie and her husband are, I don't know if they were legally married. There's Alex here and there. Alex. She was an artist and a poet, in and out of foster homes. She was on the streets and addicted to heroin. When you're in foster care and you don't conform well, they like to dope you up on psych meds. And then when you're able to escape that, you have a tendency to seek other medication to self-medicate. There she is there. Portland has a very large homeless teenage community. I think this is the last photo of her. And there she is there. And then this is Todd Allen Reed, the man who took a plea deal for a life sentence to avoid a possible death sentence. He was suspected in 5 and convicted of 3 murders. They've done quite a few true crime shows on her. So that kind of, I was pregnant with my youngest daughter when Alex was murdered. And I hadn't seen her probably in about 12 years because she lived in Oregon and I was raised in Florida. But anytime we did interact when we were younger, I remember when she came to my house when I was right before I started running away, I think. I had this big red stuffed animal that when we were at the fair, one of the carnies was like crushing on me or whatever, and he gave it to me, and there's a picture of her out front of my house holding this big red dog that is twice her size. And everybody was mad because there wasn't going to be a lot of room for them to drive back, and I gave her this massive stuffed animal to take with her. So yeah, I think about her often, especially when I'm trying to unravel mysteries, because if our family is shrouded in a lot of that, and those who forget their past are destined to repeat it. And as the mother of 4 children, I think it is my duty as their mother to stop that from occurring. So that's kind of like a brief little foray into why I enjoy researching cases, and how I can resonate with a lot of the characters involved in it, because I've kind of lived that life. Anyway, this is just a video about that. So we're going to end that now. I'll put up some additional screenshots, kind of give you a broader context. And everyone have a blessed day. Shalom.